Hey guys, what is up? It is me, Pagey, here once again with another video on, well, just DC TV and the Arrowverse in general, because we're doing another video on Crisis on Infinite Earths. Now, this video is going to include another thing with the whole Titans in Crisis deal, basically an update to what's going on there, because at the time I was given a bare amount of information. Now I have more, so I'm able to elaborate and give more info as to what's going on, also just clear some issues as well. And then also we'll go over some other information and just dealios that have come up in the past, like I guess week, in regards to Crisis on Infinite Earths and what's happening, and also in relation to what we saw happen on the shows as well. But of course, throughout the video, if you want to leave all of your various thoughts and opinions and I guess abuse in the comment section down below, feel free to. It'd be greatly appreciated, I guess, in some way, shape or form. And of course, if you want to enjoy the video and just want to show your support, why not drop a like on the video to do that? So I think it might have been exactly a week ago, or maybe I uploaded on Monday my time. One of the two. Let's just say roughly about a week ago, 6 or 7 days ago, I uploaded a video saying Titans were confirmed for Crisis on Infinite Earths, which they are. However, there were some issues, which actually I'll go over in a second, because just to give you a bit of a run over, or like a flashback, or just a reminder, I went over a scene which will involve the Titans in a cameo sort of role. So at the beginning of Crisis, we're going to get a lot of different cameo, like montage things, in between like a 5 to 10 minute thing. This was actually sort of hinted at, I think, by TV Line about a month ago. They said, expect a lot of these guest stars that have been announced for Crisis to actually be in cameo roles that don't actually last longer than maybe 20 to 30 seconds. And the Titans part in this Crisis crossover will be one of those. It will be a cameo, so don't expect them to be fighting along with the Flash. There were some certain websites that actually didn't even listen. They just saw Titans confirmed in crossover or in Crisis and just spun off into their own little theories when I said it was a cameo role back then. So they're not going to be fighting with the Flash. They're not going to be in 2 or 3 of the episodes. They're going to be in literally, like, lucky a minute. I'd say about 30 seconds is probably what we're going to get. And just before we jump into the actual details from the script and just this scene in general, I do need to stress, this is from the script. We didn't see this scene being filmed, but the script in question had this scene marked down as film. Now, obviously they could have filmed it and it won't happen, or they filmed it and it won't be in the crossover. There's always the chance of that, but at this moment, it's been marked as filmed, so we can expect it to be in the crossover. So at this point, it still stands, but in the future, it might not be there, but who knows. But essentially, the cameo role was that we go into Titan's Tower. It's a night scene. It specifically says it's a night scene. And essentially, we get the Titans standing there in their hero stance, or they're standing heroically, if you want to call it. And they're basically facing out. That's basically the best word. They're just facing out. That's the description of it. Now, I guess I do have to give an apology, even though I think the whole thing was blown completely out of proportion. Is that even it was just blown out of the world. It was blown out of goddamn Earth X. That's where it came from. Because I basically got a lot of abuse. Because essentially I just assumed logically, sorry for assuming logically, that it would be the DCU Titans. So the Titan show that's on DC Universe, that show is run by Greg Berlanti, who is the overlord of basically most of television, but of course his greatest success is the Arrowverse. That is his greatest success. If, like, Greg Berlanti, let's hope he doesn't just randomly drop dead tomorrow, the greatest success would be that he started the Arrowverse, which has brought in a lot of money and has had that many shows for that many seasons. So he leads up both the Arrowverse as well as Titans, and I think he leads up Doom Patrol as well. Don't think he has anything to do with Swamp Thing, though. But yeah, so I just logically thought, okay, he's in charge of both shows. Both shows go under his production thing. Surely they would be the ones that are in there. So I just thought logically. But yeah, apparently I was wrong, even though there's little to no proof to actually prove that I was wrong. And it's just people saying they would never do it. Okay, so there's my apology, I guess. Even though it's not really me apologizing, it's me going, where's the logic behind them not being there? But anyway, let's go over the new details from script. The script, not just from script, from the script. So as I said, it was an internal Titans scene, and we have the Titans standing there heroically facing out. Now, throughout this scene, we'll have the Monitor actually doing a voiceover. Now, I should have said this before. Spoiler alert, if you don't want to listen. I'm actually just going to tell you the straight up scene, so people stop attacking me. I'm going to tell you the straight up scene, and you can see it happen when it actually happens in the crossover. So essentially we get a Monitor, not a Monitor, we get the Monitor doing a voiceover who says, because now the entire multiverse is about to come under attack. And This is where it pretty much gets spoilery. So we're on Earth 9. Now, I actually revealed this online because I just felt like dropping a little fun piece of info. So I released this, like, I think Wednesday, maybe Thursday? Wednesday or Thursday, one of the two. Maybe Tuesday, who knows? But essentially, the Titans that we're going to see, or that are planned to, from the script at least, to appear in Crisis are from Earth 9. And it will tell you on screen. You know how similar when we go to like Earth 3 or Earth 2 or Earth whatever, it'll have like that writing that comes down the bottom which tells you the Earth. It will say Earth 9 when we go to the Titans Earth. And yeah, this is basically the spoiler. An antimatter wave, which we saw hit Barry when he was going through the Speed Force, but also, and I guess also in Barry's little vision on Earth 1, but also I guess in its actual effect, we saw hit Earth 2 and destroy Earth 2. That antimatter wave comes to Earth 9. And the reason I held off doing this video was because I'd heard there were spoilers for Arrow's first episode and Flash's second episode. So I didn't dive into this until I'd watched those episodes. And I'm actually lucky I didn't do it because I would have been spoiled. And also, if I'd done that video beforehand, a lot of you guys would have been spoiled. Not necessarily for Flash because we expected Crisis stuff, but mainly Arrow. Because I don't think a lot of people were predicting that stuff at the end to happen. So if I did this video then, I would have spoiled a lot of you guys and that would have sucked. So yeah. Now it says that they ad-lib reactions. So that means they can go, "Oh no," or "Jilly Wiggers," or something like that, or "Jilly" or "Shiver Me Timbers." Weird reactions to basically an antimatter wave. I don't know if you'd say that if you're about to die, were you go, "Oh no, I'm about to die," something along those lines. But they meant to ad-lib reactions in this scene, which makes sense. It can be hard to script reactions sometimes because it can seem really, if you watch TV shows and they script reactions, like really little things, they can come off as really badly acted. So this makes sense. But yeah, pretty much it says that, okay, I'm going to actually put the wording up on the screen that it says here. Shiz zwap. That's on the script. That's on the script. Those words. Shiz swap. Whatever. Anyway, shiz swap. And then apparently the antimatter wave goes through, destroying all of Earth 9 and leaving absolutely nothing behind, which is pretty much what we had on Arrow episode 1 with Earth 2. So yeah, there's the Titans updated thing. If you have any questions and any more, any questions about it, feel free to leave them in the comment section down below or ask me on Twitter about them, because now let's move on to the other stuff from Crisis. Now, next up we have some stuff from Canada Graphs. I'm just going to go over this quickly. If you want to go check out it in more detail and all the photos that are available, I will leave his blog, linked in the description down below. You can go check out all these photos. There's a ridiculous amount, but there's two different sort of sets here. The first one involves some stuff with Ashley Scott, who's coming in to Crisis and reprising her role as Huntress from Birds of Prey, and she was on set as Huntress, had her pendant sort of necklace thing that she wore in that show. It's being integrated into the Crisis costume as well, so she was there. Also, we had Tom Kavanagh playing the new version of Wells, who, as I said, is meant to be an Australian Wells, so I wonder if I'll get triggered by that. We'll have to wait and see when he debuts actually this week on The Flash. And John Wesley Shipp was there, and it sounded like, I think Canada Graphs basically said that it sounded like he, in his blog that I read, it sounded like he was going to suit up, but he wasn't sure whether it was Earth 90 Flash or Jay Garrick. That's up for the debate because he wasn't seen on set in any of the suits. And the other bunch of photos is actually for Supergirl's episode, which will be the first episode of Crisis, and it's of like a big fight early on in the crossover. And we had Stephen Amell there as Green Arrow, Grant Gustin there as the Flash, Melissa Benoist there as Supergirl, Tyler Hoechlin there as Superman, Brandon Routh there as the Atom, not his Kingdom Come Superman, Ruby Rose as Batwoman, Catherine McNamara there as Mia Smoke, which I'm sure most of you already knew that she was, time traveling back for this. And then LaMonica Garrett was there, but it wasn't clear whether he was playing the Monitor or Anti-Monitor because he actually wasn't seen on set in a suit, but he was seen on set, arriving, if that makes sense. But yeah, if you want to go check out all of that stuff from Canada Graphs, link to his blog is in the description. Now, as I said before, the new Wells was there on set, and this pretty much confirms that he won't be becoming Pariah, which a lot of people think is happening. Even though the showrunner said that's not what is happening, people are still saying that's what's happening, even though the showrunner said it wasn't happening. Anyway, so he was seen on set as New Wells, but we got our first look at Pariah, which very comic accurate. I love it, and also Anti-Monitor throughout the week. I'm sure most of you have seen both of these. Firstly, just mainly on Anti-Monitor, I really like his look. I know a lot of people are saying like White Walker and stuff, but it just looks like this dude who's existed for ages, who's just existed since like the dawn of time. and he's been locked away and just hasn't been able to escape. He looks super accurate. While the Monitor looks like it's like a normal being who's been able to just do his own thing, the Anti-Monitor looks like just someone who's messed up and has just been locked away and just, yeah. So I think he looks pretty good. Now, he does have a helmet, like a big suit in the comics that protects him from antimatter, which I'm guessing we will see in the crossover. But for the first look, you'd show us this. I mean, this is the best way to go about it. But yeah, guys, thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Yeah, as I said, if you have any questions on the Titan stuff, feel free to let me know in the comment section down below, or on Twitter, or even Instagram if you want. I'll try to get back to you as soon as possible. Yeah, if you enjoyed the video, drop a like on it, shows support. Let me know in the comment section down below your various opinions on what we went over. And if you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe. Check out Canada Graph's blog for those set photos. And yeah, I'll catch you guys later. Goodbye.